Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. Well, I'm going to do kind of a late night reading, even though you're not going to see it until sometime tomorrow, I'm sure. Anyways, I want to thank everybody for joining me. You guys are just super duper people. Oh, yeah, I'm a little goofy. I haven't had anything I haven't had any alcohol or anything. I'm just kind of in a weird, kind of funny mood. So I want to thank everybody for real. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for taking your time to view the posting. Thank you for being here with me to gather as we do this reading together. You get to listen, I get to read, right? So you are my purpose. I'm here to tell you my stories. I'm here to talk about things I've gone through to maybe help you through some things. Because we all have different ways of overcoming, right? I mean, sometimes we just don't overcome, we just stuff it, and that's not good. So it's good to share perspectives and see how we can move forward in the most positive way, okay? So let's begin by reading in the Bible. Thank you, God, for everything, right? So I'm on Isaiah. Let's see. Let me see how big it is. Oh, it's kind of big. Alright, let me go to another one, as I just don't read it all. Okay, how about Gods of Babylon on Isaiah 46? Bel bows down, Nebo stoops low. Their idols are borne by beasts of burden. The images that are carried about are burdensome, a burden for the weary. They stoop and bow down, together unable to rescue the burden. They themselves go off into captivity. Listen to me, O house of Jacob, all you who remain of the house of Israel, you whom I have upheld since you were conceived, and have carried since your birth, even to your old age and gray hairs. I am he who will sustain you. I have made you, and I will carry you. I will sustain you, and I will rescue you. To whom will you compare me or count me equal? To whom will you liken me, that we may be compared? Some pour out gold from their bags and weigh out silver on the scales. They hire a goldsmith to make it into a god, and they bow down and worship it. They lift it to their shoulders and carry it. They set it up in its palace, or in its place, and there it stands. From that spot it cannot move. Though one cries out to it, it does not answer. I cannot save him from his troubles. Remember this. Fix it in mind. Take it to heart. You rebels, remember the former things, those of long ago. I am God and there is no other. I am God and there is none like me. I make known the end from the beginning, from ancient times, what is still to come. I say my purpose will stand, and I will do all that I please. From the east I summon a bird of prey, from a far-off land, a man to fulfill my purpose. What have I said that I will bring about? What have I planned that will I do? Listen to me, you stubborn-hearted, you who are far from righteousness. I am bringing my righteousness near. It is not far away, and my salvation will not be delayed. I will grant salvation to Zion, my splendor to Israel. That was the book of Isaiah 46. Okay. So next we will start with miracles now. And it says, I make decisions from a place of intuition and power. So I make decisions from a place of intuition and power. I would say that power is knowledge, not necessarily power that you're above someone else, unless it's like your kids, right? Your intuition is your intuition, so that's good. But I think the power part is knowledge. So I make decisions from a place of intuition and power. The power within me, the truth of who I am. My intuition is telling me to go a certain direction or do a certain thing. And it also could be the power of God within you, right? The power of God. If you put God on the forefront, if you put God and love first, then yes, it would be, I make decisions from a place of my intuition and power. So that's probably the most suitable, don't you think? The power of God, the power of love. Okay, because that's one of the things I like to try to live by, right? Is putting God on the forefront and trying to make decisions that I feel like God would want me to make. Okay, intuition and power. The power of God and the power of love. If you have another idea or another suggestion, another perspective, please feel free to put that in the comments, and I would just be interested in knowing a different perspective. Okay, so let's move off from the miracles now, and then we move on to, let's see, divine feather, and we have, you know what that is, right? The peacock feather. My mom used to love peacocks. Over at the park in the next town, at Waller Park, they have peacocks in the back. I'm sure they still do. It's been a while since I've been back there. But they used to also have little Shetland ponies that went in a little circle. You know, they were attached to like a wheel, and they just went round and round. And I used to like riding those little ponies too. Let's see. And they actually had Monkey Island back there, but someone said there's still monkeys on it, but I thought years ago that someone's dogs got out and then crossed over the little moat area, and then they attacked the monkeys, and I thought the monkeys were taken away or they were destroyed by the dogs. I don't remember, but I think someone was saying they had monkeys there again. Okay, so we're on the peacocks. Many cultures, myths, and traditions honor peacock, especially through the eye feathers, as a mystical and wise messenger of power and resurrection. In ancient Egypt, the peacock feathers were thought to be akin to the eye of Horus, the all-seeing watcher. The ancient Greeks honored peacock as the watchman over the goddess of Hera. Peacock is the national bird of India and is represented through that culture's art in color, pattern, and symbol. The peacock is closely associated with the phoenix rising from the ashes. Because of its enduring brilliance, the peacock feather came to symbolize resurrection in early Christianity. The wise messenger fans open to remind you that you are a soul first and foremost. The soul has a wisdom contained from every lifetime. Although you may not be aware of your inner wisdom, you are being awakened now to the wise, watchful soul that you possess. This may come in the form of a new outlook, renewed interest, reawakened hearing, or a more powerful process of shedding the old, worn out experiences in your life. As this process unfolds, know that you are on steady ground and be open to a rebirth in some area of your life. Trust that your wise soul is guiding you through your human experience. Holding the highest vision for yourself is the gift of the messenger. Finding the wisdom of your soul's long journey home is divine. Energies, vision, rebirth, watchfulness, season, spring and fall, element, earth and air, color, blue, green, gold, brown. The affirmation, I invite a greater understanding of my soul's divine wisdom. Okay? So it has to do with inherent wisdom. And I guess that could be related to intuition, right? So, and power. Okay? All right, next we have your soul purpose. And we have the lawyer. And the stone is hidden night. The affirmation, I am calm, I am diplomatic in both personal and business pursuits. Success is mine. So let's see about this lawyer in the Justice Department. Here we go. Do you have a tendency to want to offer advice or act on another's behalf? A lawyer or attorney is a mediator and is qualified to represent someone in legal matters. They practice state and federal law and assist in negotiating a resolution as an impartial party in a legal situation. When you draw the lawyer and hidden night card, it is a reminder that trained professionals are important in the fair outcome of legal matters. If this is not your life path, this card suggests that it may be in your best interest to have a trained advocate represent you or provide you with advice to make an informed decision. Hidden night, the vibrational matching gem for this life path, enhances balance between your mind and your emotions. It helps you release strongly charged feelings. Use the combination of this life path and its gem to reduce a tendency to overreact. Pulling this card signals a time when diplomacy and emotional control are of utmost importance. Regardless of the area of life, shift your attention to what is truly important and use this energy to focus on your goals and dreams. From another angle, this card is asking you to take a look at how often you give unsolicited advice to others. Consider giving advice only if you are asked. This card may also indicate that it is time to keep your own counsel first and foremost. Be aware and keep your business dealings private and confidential. Respect the decisions and privacy of others. Keep the lens through which you look at life clear as possible. Do not let others taint your vision of the facts. Maintain an even keel in your demeanor. It is extremely important at this time to be calm, composed, and even-tempered. So, yeah, I guess I'm kind of guilty of giving advice when it's just in a conversation, right? And people are talking about a certain subject. You know, try to give them like, have you thought about doing it this way kind of thing? Okay, native spirit. Today we have spirit of fire. Okay, so let me get to that. And I know why I'm kind of stuttering through my reading here. It's because the candle's getting low and I keep taking a peek over at it because I have heard of the candle like breaking the glass when it gets to the bottom, you know. So hopefully that won't happen here, but okay. Spirit of fire, card meaning is transformation. Take risks, face your fears, break out of old patterns and conventions. Just because you've always done something in the past does not mean that you need to continue to do it in the future. Try something new, change your routines and habits, reach out to new directions. The Thunderbird is rising in you. Out of the ashes comes new growth and new beginnings. Your native spirit wants you to know, in native cultures, fire was thought to be a gift from the Creator that carried the power of renewal. Fire can maintain life and it can destroy it. It is the warmth of the tribal fire, but it's also the thundering lightning bolt cast down from the sky. It can purify and transform, and it can annihilate. Fire represents your life force, the spark of life within you, and also the pure white light within you. The spirit of fire invites you to take some risk and face your fears. We often are reacting to situations because of preconditioned responses based on our self-generating definition of self. Every time you change an old habit, even changing to a different breakfast food, it helps you begin to step out of a limiting definition of self. Purification by fire creates transformation. Take care to keep your energy in balance. Fire that burns too brightly burns out, and the fire that's left to smolder dies. The journey. When you first awaken in the morning, focus on the emerging sunlight. Imagine that you are breathing in that light. Gaze unblinkingly into the candle flame and focus your awareness on the inner flame within you. By doing this, you're activating the spirit of fire that dwells within you and around you. Imagine yourself to be a single candle flame, a campfire, a forest fire, electricity, lightning, the sun and the stars. Affirm this. May the light of the sun illuminate my heart, that my heart may illuminate the world. That's a beautiful saying. Illumination of all lights. Activate. Oh, that would be really bright, right? Okay, message from the mermaids. And we have the inner knowing. The inner knowing. So the inner knowing, does that go with, let's see. The peacock says inherent wisdom. And then the first card says, I make decisions from a place of intuition and power. So inner knowing could be a power, right? Okay, so let me get that and read it for you. This is the moment to trust your inner knowing. The stage of doubting is over, and it's time to believe in yourself. This mermaid has the look of inner knowing, and she's swimming into your reading today to affirm that you have access to this inner knowing. 2, it's about believing in yourself and trusting your intuition, which is a powerful tool in life. When you believe in the inner knowing, you'll see stagnant areas of your life begin to flow again as you trust your ability to know things. Are you always doubting your intuition? Perhaps you're in denial about something that deep down you know to be true. Allow yourself the freedom to trust this innate instinct, also known as your gut feeling. Acting on your inner knowing is the correct course of action. Sometimes it might not make sense on a rational level, yet deep inside, at the core of your being, you know that you're correct. This isn't arrogance, it's having confidence in your ability to trust in yourself. When this card appears in a reading, it means that you already know what to do. Perhaps you have, you feel fear or trepidation to act on this instinct. The more you learn to trust this aspect of yourself, the easier following your inner guidance will become. There could be someone around you who is trying to convince you to doubt your own instincts. If this is the case, always remember to tune in before following the advice of anyone else. What's right for one person may not be right for another. Different strokes for different folks. So for me, it took me a long time to know this, but if anyone ever tries to doubt my instincts, I know that they're not for me, okay? That's just something that it took me a long time to figure out. If I know that if I know that I'm supposed to be doing something great, right? I don't want anyone telling me that I can't do it. You know, I worked a lot of jobs. I worked at, I went to the service. I worked at UPS. I worked at a gas station. I worked at a international cash register company. I worked at a laundromat. I worked at a dental manufacturing company. I worked through a temp service. I worked at a power company. I've done so many jobs, and every job was it was like a stepping stone to where I would end up. But I worked at big box stores. I worked at Lowe's, and I worked at Home Depot. I worked at a moving company. I had my real estate license. So, you know, I mean, so I'm 60. I already named off like 15 jobs, right? So when I moved to Hawaii, and my husband at the time, we started this remodeling company that we worked together, and you know, we learned how to, some of the stuff he already knew, so I had to learn, but some things he didn't know, and we learned together or whatnot. But you know, we had to learn how to do tile, we had to know how to do demolitions, we had to know how to install doors, we had to know how to paint, we had to know how to do molding. We put in laminate flooring, we put in hardwood flooring. We've sanded concrete and put acrylic over the top of it. We've done a lot of different things, and you know, that's one thing I'm really grateful about having had those years with him, was that we learned so much together, you know. So when someone tells me that I can't do something, it makes me want it more, you know. And like my oldest brother, he knows that I'm interested in tarot, you know, and he was like, go start doing it then, you know, why don't you start doing it? But you know, you have to feel confident that you know more than you did yesterday. So it took me like 6 years, almost 6 years before I was ready to, because there still is so much more to know, but I figured I know a lot more than I did 6 years ago, and that way I can be some sort of value to the people I'm talking to, right? Plus, just generally in life situations. So if anyone tells you that, if they make you question your own instinct, know that there's some reason why they don't want you to do that, you know, and it has everything to do with them. It has nothing to do with you, and that's just my opinion. So moving forward, animal message, and we have the tiger. That's my Chinese zodiac for the year I was born. Yeah, the tiger. Let's see. Here we go. Passion and adventure beckon. Secure within her own sensuous controlled power, Tiger stalks silently, invisibly through the magic of the night, securing what her heart desires. Swimming languidly through ancient lakes, she conjures with the water's adaptability, mystical energies and intuitions. As the messenger, Tiger brings you fresh adventures to change your path, new passions to awaken your heart, and endows you with her powers. Take what she offers and you can transform your life. Okay? So that's all of our little mini reads. Okay, next we have the Akashic Tarot, and I have done my pre-shuffle. So now I just have to do a couple more shuffles and do my cuts, and then we'll get started. So I hear the really seasoned tarot readers ask questions like, if we were live, like if you have a yes or no question, and they answer it according to their cards. I haven't really tried that yet. I mean, I haven't even tried it with myself. And I'm sure it takes like special training, special knowledge, and you know, with your intuition and all that, right? But still. Okay. I do my cuts. Then I'm going to do cut here, one more cut, and then 1/2 cut. Let's see, gonna do it about here. Okay, what's at the bottom? Oh, the will, wisdom, and mind. Okay, and then 2 worlds. We've been getting that 2 worlds. So someone must be either on the fence or they must be on the other part of the world and they want to get to our part of the world, you know, the spiritual. Okay, so yeah, either they've already come over or they're still on that side or they're on the fence. Okay, so we have the 7 of Roses. So this is the journey card, right? Talks about the ship being kind of in a not rocky, not the water's really calm kind of thing. Let's see, 7 of Roses. A seaport teems with the activity as cargo is loaded off and onto many ships. 2 women on a small tender boat are on their way to the great ship that will take them on their journey. 2 men with their trunks and cases wait to follow. This card shows a time for a journey, a move, or a relocation. You may be taking your work or creative endeavors in a whole new direction, whether figuratively to a new industry or literally to a new city. However this journey occurs, it is sure to take you to new places and greater opportunities. Although it may require leaving something safe behind, this is not the time for staying safe in the harbor. It's time for finding and exploring new worlds. So get packed, close your eyes, and see yourself embarking on a magical journey. Feel movement swirl around you and anticipate fill you. Where do you want to go? How do you want to get there? Okay. Next we have the 1 of Scrolls, on track. Another movement card. Okay. So it's all about moving, going somewhere. Let's see. Scrolls. Here we go. A man at a train station looks over his shoulder at the signs that point to other tracks, but he has already looked at his maps and made his decision. He lifts his foot to step onto the train. Let's see, though travel or a move can be indicated by this card, the meaning is often about your choices and directions. You may have been ambivalent about taking a certain track in your life with regard to a project, a relationship, a career directive, or even a location, but now it's time to decide. Even if you're not quite as assured as you'd like to be, the engine is smoking, there is a direction that compels you, so get on board. You will not falter. So it's telling you to pay attention to the other cards. Right now we have the journey on one side, and then soon we'll be reading the next card. Take a deep breath and say, I'm back on track. Feel the clarity of that declaration and let that energy fill you. As the state of readiness moves through you, sense just one simple action that will realign you with your purpose. Okay? Next we have the Eight of Forces, and I noticed that was at the bottom when I first put them out of the deck. So this speaks about the lightning bolt splitting a tree in half, that there's some sort of separation or divide that has taken place or is taking place or needs to take place. Okay. Eight of Forces. A lightning bolt illuminates a stormy night sky, striking a tree down to its core. Puddles of rain pull upon the ground. This card shows that it's time of splitting apart, a time of loss, disappointment, or even a metaphorical death. You may be feeling wounded, grieved, or gravely disappointed. The loss could be a career opportunity, romantic relationship, partnership, creative project, or friendship. At first glance, the event may seem sudden or unexpected, but in the light that flashes, we see the deep puddles of a storm that has been going on for some time. You've probably been aware of the threat or difficulty at some level, even if you were unwilling to acknowledge it before. Now it's time to accept the situation and not fight what's so. There is benefit coming, but it often takes an ending to bring forth a new beginning and a storm to cleanse the field. Imagine a lightning bolt striking nearby, leaving some destruction in its wake. Now close your eyes and with a deep breath, feel the energy of lightning stir within you. It's almost as if the finger of God is yours to employ. How do you want to direct this energy in your life? Okay, let me see. What's next? Six of Forces. Beautiful waterfall. And I'm not mistaken, we got that Six of Forces with the Eight of Forces on the last reading. A towering waterfall roars down into a beautiful body of water. In the upright position, this card reminds you of your incredible personal power and supports you in opening up to the force within. Know that you are a dynamo in the universe. You have the ability to shape any situation in a way that honors you and moves your life forward. The element of water is fluid like the waterfall. Your personal energy never stops. Your life force is never ending. It springs from eternal past and roars into your limitless future, extending into the farthest reaches of the universe. It is a time of deep thought and even deeper emotions, as well as an expansion of psychic energy. Use this time to act on these and tap your power that is ever flowing. With a deep breath, fill every part of your being with the energy of a great waterfall. Feel the power that electrifies and lights the world pouring through you. How do you want to use it today? Okay. Next we have the Queen of Roses. So it's the first court card of this reading tonight. The Queen of Roses speaks about the petals at her feet. This card shows a beautiful woman with roses in her hair and all around her. A beautiful scene expands outside, but she is peacefully focusing on the flower in her hand. The Queen of Roses signifies a woman who is loving and supportive, but with a passionate side as well. This is a card of a loving connection. A relationship with someone you know may deepen and become more meaningful, or someone new may appear. Be open to the connection. It may be a romantic one, or it might be that a friend, family member, or a co-worker is going to be helpful and valuable to you in some way. The Queen of Roses can represent you or a woman in your life stepping into the role of wife or mother at this time. It's a time for loving energy to be voiced. This card upright sometimes shows a happy resolution to a difficulty with family, friend, or love relationship. The time for peaceful, loving connections is at hand, so open your heart to the expression of caring within and around you. Okay, and it's talking about, let's see. Okay, close your eyes and step into the energy of the Queen of Roses. Get to know that caring power and gentle temperament. Feel compassion fill you and notice your desire to bring a loving embrace to yourself and to the world. Okay, first court card. Next we have another one, the Queen of Scrolls. Okay, so are these two separate women, or is this one woman that carries both? Okay, however it fits in your story, as well as one could be a guy. This is just the energy of the card, right? Because we both have male and female within our spirit, and it's the balancing act that I guess decides, are we boys or girls? Okay, let me see. Queen of Scrolls. Okay. A beautiful woman holds a scroll as she stands in front of a sunlit archway. Around her swirls the energy of wisdom, knowledge, and Akashic truth. When this card appears upright, she brings important information and inspiration to you. The Queen of Scrolls is a woman of higher mind, whom you may already know or have yet to meet. Her purpose is to help you move through the entryway to a new level of wisdom and understanding. She could be a teacher to you in some way, or offer a friendship that could develop into a deeper love. This woman could be helpful to you in some project requiring communication. She may be an author, a marketer, or a publisher. If you are a writer, she may be someone who assists you in getting published. The Queen of Scrolls could also represent you or a woman in your life getting a position in a field related to communication or academics, such as counseling, teaching, marketing, or publishing. This card indicates a phase of deepening understanding and readiness to learn. It's the perfect time for personal growth and expansive learning, whether it's mind, body, or spirit centered. Open the mysteries that are hidden in the Akashic Scrolls and step through the door of knowledge. Close your eyes and feel the Queen of Scrolls approach. As she hands you a scroll, your greater mind awakens. Feel the sparkling brilliance there. Okay, next we have the Scribe, Major Arcana. Okay, so after I get done reading this, I'm going to go ahead and read this just to make sure that you get that information. So right now I have it separated between the Major Arcanas, the regular cards, and then the court cards. So 12, the Scribe. The learned scribe writes at a high desk. Nearby are a number of other working scribes. In some ancient societies, scribes were simply copiers of holy texts, but in many they were the most learned men of their time, people well versed in law, scripture, philosophy, history, and more. This card indicates a great upsweep in mind and study for you. If there is any subject with which you'd like to acquaint or reacquaint yourself, do so. It's not just for the sake of studying, although that's always a good thing. This period of higher mind and higher learning is nothing less than a change your life or change the world opportunity. Just as the Wright brothers began by studying the light patterns of birds, you can rise up on the wings of discovery now. There may be a teacher or even an entire school that can help you with this upliftment. Be sure to seek out the right person or place of learning. You could also become a writer or teacher yourself at this time, elevating and contributing to others. If you're involved in any legal matters, there is a person who can help you with this. Let your great vision guide you to him or her. This could also be a time when you might find yourself writing proposals, grants, essays, blogs, articles, or books. Notice what compels you and be sure to answer the call. Think of an interest that you would like to pursue. With a deep breath, feel your desire to make this discovery or expand it further. Find a book today that helps you open this door tomorrow. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and read what was on the bottom, the major arcana. Will, wisdom, and mind. Let's see. Try to move this up a little bit. I don't know why I didn't look at this earlier. Let's see.